What's up and welcome back to the channel. We are in Texas still. We wanted to stop and visit Jacob's Well. Found out that you have to reserve it months in advance to get a swimming permit. So we just snuck down, went swimming for a little bit, and then got kicked out. And now we're off to the next location.
We don't know where we're going.
Yeah, we don't know where we're going. But we're on the hunt for a new location. The goal here was to find this cave that we are at right now, but there's a slight issue. This is the entrance we found from, walk down the riverbed, and it's not really what we had hoped.
So it's completely and permanently gated off. It's inaccessible now. We read about it and too many people were getting lost in here and having to be rescued out. So it's closed off, but it would have been really cool.
It's apparently a very, very tight and complex cave. But
today we just came down here to scope it out. We weren't planning on caving, but now we know we can't.
It says it's a tick habitat and also
scorpions.
There's scorpions and snakes. Normally whenever these caves get very popular and overrun with too many people going in them and trashing the insides or people getting injured, they will gate them off, but they'll have a key. So if you talk to a key holder and you have the proper credentials, you can get access to them. But this one in particular is completely welded shut from all sides. There's no key. There's no way anybody can get in unless this thing was completely removed. So you can't even talk to a key holder or anything to get access to this one. And they also have a little motion detector back there that detects any sort of tampering with the gate. So if you were to try to come down and cut this gate open, which would take a very long time because it's super thick steel, that little meter back in there to the left would notify somebody that you are cutting open their gate. So, oh yeah, and then also it's the tick habitat where you can get tick-borne relapsing fever. You apparently don't know that you have it until about a week later, and then it's very miserable. But yeah, it's very unfortunate because that one was a super, super claustrophobic tight crawls for most of the cave, and we were looking forward to getting some of that super uncomfortableness on video for you guys. But we're on to the next adventure, and you'll see that here in a minute. We did a little bit more exploring on our way out of here, and we found something very strange. Look at, there's like freshly painted pictures up here, and like a water bottle just like sitting up on this ledge, like way up above the riverbank. I just like barely saw the tips of the pictures creeping over this ledge, but this chick, it says this is chick. Let me zoom in, there we go. This is chick. If found, text found the chicken and the egg for further instructions. And I will blur out that phone number. I don't know what these further instructions are. We gotta text them real quick.
Found the chicken and the egg for further instructions. So now we await further instructions.
All right. All right, Crystal and Pepsar decided to take a little nap. Too much hiking for them in one day. Peppy, Pepita, Crystal,
Hello?
Crystal.
Yes?
We need to go find some undergroundness to get into.
So we are driving to a swimming hole, and I had to pull over because I saw a sign called the Shady Llama. Brandon's in the car napping, and I'm here looking for llamas. Found the llamas. These llamas can be shady. Excuse me, sir, are you shady? You look very nice. Fun fact, my first job ever when I was 15 was at an alpaca and llama farm, and pretty much I cleaned up their poop. Woo! Ooh. Hello. You can tell how old llamas are by how long their teeth are. How much do you guys want to bet he's in here sleeping? Missed out on the llamas. You missed out on all the llama action. Swam a little too hard last night.
All right, well, the main reason that I even flew to Texas was to look for caves, and just day after day, cave after cave, we just kept running into issues, whether they were gated off, people wouldn't give us access, private property. It was a nightmare. So we went to go look for a waterfall, spent most of the day trying to get to that, ended up all being private property surrounding it. We couldn't get anywhere close to it, and you have to only access it by boat. But we ended up stumbling upon this gigantic rope swing tower creation, and that's what you're about to see right now.
All right, I have to voice over this part because it was way too windy and you couldn't even hear me. But basically, found this giant tower and I was considering climbing the pole all the way to the top and then jumping off from there. But underneath was very questionably shallow, so it definitely needed a good depth check. So I had to get down in the water and go scope it out. And yeah, that's what I was saying.
All right, so this spot right here was only about 5 or 6 feet everywhere I checked, which is definitely not deep enough, and it was directly below the peak of the tower. So if you were to fall anytime climbing, you're gonna land in about 5 feet of water or even less. So I swam out a little bit farther. It was questionably deep enough. It was to a point where I had to really make sure I could jump out far enough to land in that spot. So it was getting a little bit sketchy. I just couldn't resist. I figured it was, close enough and decided to just go for it. Okay, at this point, this thing is shaking so much back and forth. I don't know if you can really tell on video. It was moving a lot and I was shaking like crazy. Because believe it or not, I am afraid of heights. Even though I do all of these things, I was freaking out up there because I knew if I fell from straight down at that point, it's probably gonna break my legs in the 5 feet of water or 4 feet of water.
Things I've ever done. Oh my God.
It was successful. I was pumped on it. We started to leave. I drove 1 minute down the road and I was like, I need to go back and do it again. I have to do it again. I want to get the side profile shot of this tower while I jump from it. So I literally drove back, climbed it again, just so that I could have Crystal film a side shot, which is crazy to go do something just for a shot. I know I shouldn't be doing that, but I really wanted it. I wanted to get this photo right here. And yeah, here's my second climb.
Successful send. That was one of the scariest jumps I've ever done. Standing up on top of that thing up there while it's shaking like crazy, it's all rusty, and I was tired from climbing. That was very, very intense. Super scary, but so satisfying. We gotta get out of here now. This guy looked very unhappy with me, the neighbor, but whatever. Good times. To the right, not to the left.